I don't know why I have the headphones on. I don't have any music playing. So looks like we have our audio actually recording this time. So last time I streamed, it was not recording. So anyways, I'll probably post this up to YouTube. Hi YouTube. I'm not gonna edit this because I'm a lazy fuck. Ah, okay. Turn TikTok off and notifications. All right. I'm going to be deck building today. So this is the deck I've been playing with. Somebody else built it. I saw it on YouTube because I usually suck at deck building. But what I'm doing is I'm going to try and build a budget version of this deck. Because if you go to pricing, you're like, oh, this $57 for one card, $80 for another card. That used to be 100 plus. But, and then you see $236 for a playset. And $810 for this specific deck. So we'll go through it visually. So like, oh, important fucking what you call it, equipment that's important for this, because granted, yeah, if you're going to play this competitively, yeah, you probably want to buy all this equipment and make sure that you have it. Command and Conquer is really good, and Codex of Frailty is really good. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, he updated the deck. Okay. Next time attack action hits this turn, you store an item they control 2 or less. Okay. Okay, cool. I like that upgrade. That's why I follow the deck. And he put Regicide in the sideboard. Okay. I like this guy a lot more. Because I had my own copy with Regicide. So I'm glad he updated the deck. Check that out. TCG Talk on YouTube. Fantastic video. He did a breakdown on his version of the deck. And he had a interview with somebody that I think they top 8'd or top 16 in an event with, I'm pointing with my hands like you can see it, Arachne here, the Huntsman. I think he's an underrated card right now. Most people put him at C tier, which is honestly probably fair, just because it's a very hard deck to pilot and win with. I'm getting really close to beating some people on February here, or Talishar is where you go play at. So yeah, here's this deck. It's $800. Check it out. I think it's an awesome deck if you like this character. It's very fun. Put cards, they're good cards at the bottom of the deck. The only downside I've seen of doing that is all their good cards are in the late game, which is where you're trying to win in the late game. So sometimes you got to try and see, all right, I leave it on top and try and banish it, which is what most contract cards do. Banish the top card of their deck. So like I said, if you want a breakdown of this person's deck, this is the most updated version. They don't have a video with, like I said, this was not in their sideboard last video, and this was not. And this remembrances were at 3. But Regicide is such a cool card because it says cards in their banish zone, they can't defend with it. But if they're royal and it hits, they lose the game. But if you get hit, if they block it out when you're done attacking and they didn't die, you lose. So it's a fun card. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be making a budget deck like Command and Conquer. That's $200 for a playset. So, but like, excuse me, I have to fart. But like, if you just look at the normal stuff, like, Already Dead is a little expensive, but like, Annihilate the Armed, 10 cents for a playset. Cut to the Chase, 13 cents for a playset. All right. So we're gonna create a new deck, and we're gonna go Arachne Huntsman, budget, build. I can't spell. My keyboard is super sensitive, so that's... No. Budget? No. That's not how you spell budget. I'm dumb. There's a D in there. Ignore me. I stopped learning how to spell after like the 5th grade. Alright. So I want... let's see if there's any cheap... Let's see here. Your daggers get +1. No. So how much is this? Let's go pricing. $375. All right, so there's that. Edit. See, what does these other ones do? I want ones you can get it back if I could. Hits this turn, you may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. Put a card from your hand in the arsenal. This is just the best mask you're gonna get. So let's do Spider Bite. How much is? Granted, I'm newer to the game, so I don't know the prices off the top of my head. So I will be going to pricing fairly often. So Nerf Scalpel's $3, so I'll put that on the side for now. Let's just go double Spider Bite. Maybe what's this one cost? All right. If we get the budget, I'm trying to keep this under $100. So let's just double Spider Bite. Double Spider Bite. All right. And then I'm going to say this is probably out of our range because it's like $15 right now. Nah, it's $29. Yep, so we're going to remove that. Flick Knives. Flick Knives is 21, so yeah, that's going to be out of the budget. I'm just trying to get assassin stuff. I know for sure this is out of the budget. The boots, the Black Tech Whisperers, $57. Yep. All right, let's see. What does this chest piece do? When it's sent to your graveyard at the start of your turn, you may do so. So it comes back. Target attack reaction card you play this turn costs 1 less to play. Attack reaction, the next attack reaction card you play. So let's actually see how much that is, because then we can get an interesting build. Pricing. So $9. I'll think about it. We'll put it in there because if you can do some decent attack reaction stuff. So for sure we're gonna get all the Annihilate the Arms in red. We're gonna go through red first. Actually, let's finish out equipment. Sorry. Let's get equipment. We'll get to sideboards. So there's, if you want resources like the Springleaf Tunic, there's this one, or there is, what's this? We don't want that. I'm gonna probably put Cracker Jacks, honestly, for our arms. Because you get your next attack action gets +1 and go again. That go again is gonna be pretty nice. +1's not as big, so if you want something bigger, you can go with Goliath Gauntlet. We'll put that in the inventory. Let's put it in the deck. Go pricing real quick just to check things. So, yeah, so let's see here, not that. The Cracker Jacks is 3 cents and the Goliath is 8 cents. So I'm gonna get rid of the Shroud. I'm gonna try and keep it as budget as possible. We'll put it in the side actually. We'll put it in our inventory. So it's a possibility. So now I need a chest still. So those are 2 options. This isn't gonna be a complete build. Like I'm gonna try and make it 80, but if I go over 80 cards, it just gives you some options. So Goliath and Cracker Jacks. I myself would prefer Cracker Jacks just to go again, so we get some more. Going wide is a lot better in this game. Let's see here. Toxic Tips. There's another hand. When you attack action this card. Let's zoom in. The next attack action card this turn gains. When this hits a hero, crate. So that's actually not a bad option. Put that in the inventory because the inertia and frailty tokens are super good. See how much the toxic tips are though. Toxic tips 4 cents. So yeah, we'll just have, like I said, we'll put a bunch of options in the inventory for upgrades. So what am I missing? Still missing a chest. So like I said, for chest, no, what the fuck? Equipment. What happened here? So that's an option. You put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. Destroy Deep Blue. Gain 3. We don't really need 3 resources. Let's see here. Cross straps. So that's an option if you, like I said, I think that might be a little bit. Or in cross straps, where are you at? 4 cents, so it's not that bad. Edit. Every time I go out. So let's get generic stuff because we know that assassin's going to. So like this is what you would want if you're playing a competitive build. This is the best chest piece for this deck, just because the amount of times you get that one resource that matters. But if you want a defensive one, your probably best bet is Ironhide. For me, the resources I don't really care. So, like I said, I'm going to keep these here as your options. But the final piece that I'm going to want the Ironhide, because this deck is usually you want to go longer. So I'm going to pick that one. We're going to go, now we need boots, because the boots are expensive. I know what I want. I want Snapdragon Scalers, which is destroy it, cost with one or less, has go again. I'm going to make this a little bit more wider one. So like I said, we're going to go put that into the deck. And then previous one, boots. If you want a defensive one, Ironhide, you'd probably block with both of these at the same time. So put that in the inventory if you want a more defensive boot. But I'm going to try and go a little bit more offensive with the deck. There we go. So we got arm piece, a chest. No, those are arms. Oops. So remove that. I'm dumb. I can't read. We want the chest piece, which is here. Yes. So we want that chest piece. And double check the pricing on that. Ironhide. Ironhide. Where are you at? Legs. Yep, 4 cents. Cool. I'm going to go back to edit. So we got arms, chest, head, and legs in our 2 weapons. If you really want to put the extra $3, you can get the Nerf Scalpel and this one. You could probably get this one if you'd want their equipment. Oh, Mr. Grumbles. Mr. Grumbles is my cat. Alright. So we got equipment. So let's go with our assassins. I'm going to pull up. Nope, wrong one. That's 11. So let's go. We're going to snap these to the side. So what I'm doing is I want to compare some cards. So basically, like, this is the deck list over here. That's the more expensive one. So I'm going to try and go card by card what we're going to replace. So I already got the Annihilate the Armed. So we got those ones. See if I can't zoom in a little bit. Whoop. Alright. So we'll just basically full screen these. Full screen these. So, whoop. Reset that to 100. Reset that to 100. Alright. So Annihilate the Already Dead. It's a good card, costs 2, and this contrast that hits for 6. There's not really a contract card that we can get that hits for 6. I don't think. We can double check. 5, 5, 4. No, it doesn't look like we have a red, so we're gonna have to go generic. Let's filter. We want an action. We want power 6, and we want the pitch red. Search. So we have Brutal Assault, because we also want the block 3, which is important. So that's an option. How much is a race face? Because this still gives us an on hit. Erase face, $2. Okay, so that's an option. I hate not knowing the prices of cards. We got to go back here. Like I said, an action, power 6, pitch 1, and search. When this hits, you may put a non-attack action card from your graveyard. Okay, okay. I like this because you can, if we get some attack reactions back into the deck. We want, but it only blocks 2. Alright, let's go. As it sits, if they have 4 more cards in hand, they discard a card. That's not bad. It's also the same cost. Down and dirty. Only blocks for 2. It's defended by an action card. This has -2, that's the downside, but it only costs 1 to play. Out Muscle isn't defended by a card with equal or greater power. It has Go again. Costs 1 extra. Okay, that's not bad, that's not bad. There's no cost to play this. You may banish a card. No, I don't want to play any Ruffling. If it hits, you may play it next to non-attack action card that's over instant. It is defended by less than 2 non-equipments. Okay, so I think our best option, in my opinion, is probably Brutal Assault, because we want the defend 3. So we're going to put these 3 in here and double check that. Brutal Assault. Yep, 10 cents for the entire playset. Nice. We're going to edit. We're going to go to the other deck. So we already got these. Command and Conquer. So generic card that everybody loves because it can't be responded to, and it hits the arsenal, it's destroyed. So I found something similar. So it's going to be a generic red cost defense. Where's it? Defense reactions. So where is it at? Isn't defended. No, it is Wreak Havoc. Costs the same amount. We don't get that defense 3, but can't be defended by defense reactions. And if it hits a hero, you may turn a card in their arsenal face up, then destroy the defense reaction in their arsenal. So yeah, most people like to put a defense reaction in their arsenal, and this is a good way to get rid of them. So this is our Command and Conquer Lights. And then so view card details. Okay. Price $4, and if you want a foil, it's 20, or not $4, 4 cents. A foil is 28. So you can foil out this deck pretty easily. Alright, we're gonna go edit, and then the next card, got the Chase. We can just throw those in there. Cut the Chase, deck. Actually I can do prices over here, I guess. So you do card detail, cut the Chase 4 cents, and a foil is $1 each. Cool. So we got to cut the Chase, and Death Touch. Let's see how much the card actually is. 6 cents, so we can still run it. So we just go Death Touch. So we got Death. So Death Touch can't be played from your hand, so it has to be played from your arsenal unless you have a random ability. Like I said, I'm newer to the game, so I'm not entirely sure. So we'll just run the 1. We can always put more. I think 2 is the max we would want. So if we need more space in the deck, actually I'm going to remove all these so I can have my true deck. But in the video, I'll have them in the beginning so you can see there. All right, next card. Fate Foreseen. How much are these again? They're about 88 cents, depending on the copy you get. Now these ones might be cheaper, the white bordered, because people don't like them. I don't really care. So, and we need the defenses. Oh, that's a cool one. The Chinese. I kind of want that. Alright. So, Fate Foretold is a generic card. And we want all 3 that we can get. It's a good card. Why is it going in this order? I don't really care anymore. So let's check our prices. Right now we're at $10 deck still, which is nice. All right, next card. Leave No Witnesses. It's a semi-expensive card. There's $7. It is a necessity card, but we'll try and see if we can find something similar. It attacks their arsenal like Command and Conquer, so it's kind of important. Red Assassin cards. We want Contract. Just because of the nature of the hero. So let's see here. If we put all 3 in, that brings us up to $30. So if we're making a cut, $23 is a little expensive for what I want. But like I said, it's one of the necessity cards. We're trying to keep the deck under $100, so I'll put these in here for now. I might have to cut them. Alright. Let's see here. Plunder the Poor. How much is it? 17 cents a card. That's what I like to see much better. So we'll throw those in. Plunder the Poor. 1, 2, 3. We got those. Easy peasy. And like I said, if you're trying to build a deck that you like for a hero, you do something similar. You just go to, you see the cards, alright, cool, it does this. Well, it has an on-hit effect, so basically all contracts are you can just substitute for a different contract card for 0 cost that hits for 4. But this one also hits the arsenal, which is why it costs more. But I mean, like, if you're playing any other hero that says, oh, I got this cost, you can try and keep that same curve and color by just going, okay, what does the card do? Let's say banish. I can't spell. Top card. And then, granted, you'll get all the contract cards and you'll get other stuff. Let's say on hit draw card. If you're trying to play Snatch in a deck, zoom, Snatch. Snatch is, I thought they cost more, but yeah, on hit draws a card. You go edit. I want to find an on hit draw. You can find a bunch of different stuff. I don't know why it doesn't have showing Snatch, but Plunder Run, interesting. All right. Alright, there's a bunch of other stuff. Anyways, let's continue building this deck out. So we get those, we get that. Rob the Rich. First off, let's see how much it is. Card view, 6 cents a card, perfect. Let's throw it in there. Deck, deck, deck. Cool. Moving on to the next one. Why does it keep bringing me? Sink belows, those are a little probably above what we want price-wise. Yeah, $1 per card. We'll see. We'll, like I said, we want as many of the defense reactions as we can, so I'll put them in there. Think below. We need the defensive cards as much as possible. Like I said, I'll cut this for another contract card, which is no problem if it breaks my budget. So let's see here. We're almost halfway. We'll double check the price at the halfway point at 40 cards. And then Slay the Scholar. How much are you? 2 cents a card. Hell yeah. This is nice budget stuff. That's why I want to build. There's not enough representation for me of this deck. Like I said, it's hard to operate, which is fine. Slay the Scholar, which is probably why it's not a fairly competitive deck, but it's fun to mess with people in regards to putting their best cards at the bottom. So we got that, we got Slay, and then Codex. So if we want to play a Codex, this one is going to be out of our price range because it's $40 a card. There are other Codexes. Codex. So we got Codex of Bloodrot, which puts a card from your hand into the arsenal. And then there's Codex of Inertia, which I prefer more, but it is 237 versus, that's annoying. Zoom, can I do that? Nice. 275, so they're about the same. So if we want one, I'd prefer the Codex of Inertia because you can get a card from the top of your deck and hopefully play it. So if we wanted something similar, we can just do the Codex of Inertia. Alright, we're at 40 cards. Let's see where our pricing is at. We're at 50 bucks. So that's about on target, what I like to see. So like that playset of Codex of Inertia, $7. And our big budget item is the Leave No Witnesses, $23. So like I said, if we go over $100, I'll just have to replace this with a different red thing. So we'll keep going. So we got the Codex and Eradicate. So this might be another spendy one, but it's one of the best ones we have. You might not fulfill the contract ever, but just banishing extra cards. I'd rather have this in than the one that hits the arsenal, which was the leave no witnesses. Yeah, I'd rather have this than this because it pitches for a yellow, so you can always get your daggers. And it hits for the same amount. It costs one, sure, but you're gonna hopefully get more out of it. So we're going to add those. We're going to do an assassin card yellow. And we're going to eradicate. 1, 2, 3. For the playset of that, that's going to be, look at that, $6.70 versus the 23 bucks. Right, go back to edit, eradicate, and then shreds. Staple card in any assassin deck. You could also play the red ones, but the yellows and blues, though, you use your weapons. And we'll get to this card later, but alright, shred. Easy add. I don't even have to look at the price, but let's do it anyways. Shred, 17 cents a card. Easy monies. Shred, we'll add this to the deck. 1, 2, 3. We're already here. We'll add the blues. 1, 2, 3. And next, the blue Annihilate the Arms. I could have added that originally, but it just hits for less, and it's probably a little bit more. 1 cent a card. Look at that. All right. Annihilate. We're gonna do blue. Deck, deck, deck. We want a lot of blues here. I'm already gonna. We'll get to the red side. All right, blue shreds. Slay the Scholar. Oops, we could have done that. And that's what, probably 1 cent a card. 2 cents a card. Oops, we're spending a little. We're high rolling here. 2 cents a card. Play. Deck, deck, deck. Cool, we're at 55 out of 80. And Surgical. This is a really good late game card because they want to block with 2 cards because 3 is the standard block for most things. And then it hits for 4. And hopefully we can boost it with a Cut the Chase or a Shred to get through there. Or if we're playing here, we have Go Again, so at 5. So even at, you would have to give it, or if you're playing the Goliath Gauntlet, you make it 6, so it has to have 2 cards, bare minimum, block 3. So, but what was the price on these? Surgical. So these ones are another expensive one. So we'll see where our budget is after we put them in. We'll go Surge. We're going to add all 3 because that's going to be another 20 bucks pricing. So we're at 80. We're real cutting it close. Surgicals, I don't know if they're, I'm not, like I said, I'm not good enough to tell you if these are 100% necessity. I can tell you, not Cut the Chase, but Leave No Witnesses is really good, but I think we could just play another contract card. We can just look for another one, hopefully that has a red. But we'll see, All right. So, Warmongers, this is not going on the deck. My experience with it, it is good against certain matchups. Let's look at the price, though. $39 a card. That is not going to fit the budget. All you need is a blue block 3, and you can make your own choice of it. So we'll go cards, edit. We don't care what it is. So we want, doesn't even matter. We want defense 3, and we want pitch, blue, and search. You can pick anything you want here. Anything you want. I don't, honestly, you could do this just to get your daggers up if someone wants to block it because they don't want the on hit to happen. That's just better. We got what burdens the pass until on turn target hero can't play defense reactions with the same as a card in their graveyard. If they have 10 or more defense reactions in their graveyard, draw a card. Actually, that sounds fun. Tell on how much is it though? 28 cents. And it has Arachne on the art? Okay. Like I said, I'm just learning new things. So let's search that back up. I lost it. So we wanted defense 3. We want pitch blue. I kind of like that card. I kind of like it. So until end of turn, oh good, it has Go Again. Can't play defense reactions with the same name as a card in your graveyard. Okay, awesome. I like this card. We're gonna add that as our backup because so basically that is Warmongers. Just lets them not play certain cards, which is if they choose War, they can only do attacks, attack reactions, and their weapons. So they can't activate abilities on anything. So the only actions, which most equipment, let's go here, in the edit function, clear, if we go equipment, we go action, so like, they can't activate Blossom of Spring, they can't act, that's a reaction, somebody couldn't, that's an action, they can activate it, because it's not their weapon. So Warmongers is good, but if it's a reaction, it doesn't matter. But this one blocks reactions, which is really nice. Allows you to get a little bit more offensive. And how much was it? I didn't look at the price. I forgot. Or I did. I know. 28 cents for a rainbow foil. So you can have this foil for 28 cents a card. Normally, why is it cheaper in the foil? Interesting. I might just throw this in my own deck just because I'm very tired of defense reactions. And there's a whole knife that cares about defense reactions, which is just makes them so assassin equipment. Yeah, nerve scalpel. So if I don't even have to worry about using nerve scalpel that turn if I have it. They just can't play the one. So if you've already seen a Sink Below and an Oasis Respite, which we haven't gotten to on here, which is here. So if they played one of these, that's instant, sorry. So never mind, that still goes. But like, yeah, if they have an Unmovable and a Sink Below already in their graveyard, and then a Fate Foretold, which is the most standard Fate Foreseen. So if they have one of these and a Sink Below, so yeah, just play this late game. Oh, no, 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 no. Generic, blue, defense. Back to the deck. So yeah, just pitch this to your weapon or an attack late game. I don't think we'll get the 10 defense reactions. That's unless you're playing like a super fatigue deck. That's all they're doing. Like Shield Bash. I played a Yoji. Check out my YouTube video. That might get me the 10 defense reactions. But honestly, I'm loving this card. I don't see why it's not in more decks because it's a super cheap card. I'm honestly glad I did this video because that's going to go in my own version of this deck. Awesome. All right, moving on. Sorry about gushing about that one card. So Warmongers. All right, now we're onto the inventory. We're going to go Frailty Trap. Let's check how much it is. It is 2 cents a card, 13 cents for foil. So like I said, if you're trying to look cool on a budget, these foils are gotcha. So Trap. There we go. Frailty Trap. One. Ooh, not the deck. Actually, we have enough space, so we just throw it in the defensively. Boom. And then Oasis. Actually, Oasis Respite Instant. How much are you? I think they're like $1 something. 11 cents. I'm trash at figuring out prices. So we're going to go away. Blue. Red. Generic. Instant. Like I said, I suck at spelling. We got 2 spots, so we're going to put this in our inventory. So basically, inventory for those who are Magic players is your sideboard, but we sideboard pre-game because it's a best of 1. There's no, in a tournament, it is best of 1. You sideboard. So basically what happens, you see only the hero. We show your hero, and you decide who goes first, who goes second, then you sideboard at that moment. So you're like, okay, this is the hero, this is what they normally do. What am I adding? Alright. So technically we're at 67 cards. Let's just check the pricing because we haven't done it in a second. We're still at 80 bucks. So the surgicals were another big one we said. I got $20 to get us up to 80 cards. We only need 13 if my math right. 10, that's 70, 80. Awesome. Alright, Smashing Good Time. I like this ad because a lot of people right now in the meta are running items in their Dash IO, the Dash Original, and then even Max is playing a bunch of stuff. 11 cents a card. I like this ad. So let's put it in our deck. So it's not that. Smashing Good Time. Inventory. And I'm like, why don't you add just a random 2 to your deck? Because we're getting there. Wrong thing. And then Unmovable. This should be a cheap card as well. Very important. 11 cents a card. We're trying to play super defensive against Guardians. Azalea, which is a ranger who hits really high. So we're going to add that to the deck. Unmovable. Oh. Unmovable. Inventory. So some people, what they'll do is put a lot of stuff in their inventory and run like a 58, 56 card main board deck. So like, all right, this is the cards we always need in the deck no matter what. So honestly, I could probably go inventory. Run a 55 card deck. So you can have swap around 5 cards. I'm going to probably just make it 56 here in a second. And we got Remembrance. I don't remember the price on this. I have some at my house. $9. Alright, let's check and see if we have space, because... Stop. Random notification on my phone. That's just my Discord. My brother's live. Check out my brother. I.Kyle or whatever. I don't remember. I'll show it off later. I can just raid him with my 0 people. Hell yeah. Mulch those leaves across the street. Sorry if you can hear that. I actually don't know. Let me talk. Okay, it doesn't look like it's picking up on the mic, which is nice. Somebody's mulching their leaves on their front lawn. Alright. Alright. So we got Unmovable Remembrance. That's what we're doing. Like I said, my keyboard's sensitive, so... Remembrance. Inventory. So they had 2. Let's check our pricing. We're at $100. And how many cards do we have? Edit. We're 5 cards and we're over budget. Alright, we'll get back to the budget here in a second. Let's just add the cards as is. Because Remembrance is kind of a good card to have. The reset, what it does is, it's an instant, so you can play it on their turn. Shuffle 3 action cards. So, not a reaction. So it has to be an action, like Burden the Past is an action. We got an attack is an action. Whatever this is, it's not an attack, it's just an action. So you can get 3 more codexes. You can get a mixture of everything. So I might cut this for another contract card just to have these because the style of the deck is going long. But we'll see. $9 is a decent chunk. So like for the playset of the 2, Remembrance is $18. Alright, edit. And then Regicide, my favorite card of this hero, a specialization, so only him can play it. He, she, we don't know the exact gender, I haven't read the lore, and it's a legendary specialization. So basically, you can only have 1 of this card. I wish it wasn't a specialization, so I could just see it more often. Usually you just pitch this to your weapon in an attack, and hopefully in late game you banish enough cards. If they're royal, they lose the game if it hits. And they can't block with cards that have been banished. So we can just add that straight to the deck. It's like 5 cents. I'll check the price. Yeah, 6 cents. Extended art foil is $5. So you can go bougie with this card. So let's go blue. We're going to go Reggie deck. So like I said, I would just throw that in there every time just for fun so I can see it. And then that leaves us 4 slots. Well, that's my stream. Regicide. What am I missing? Oh, is it just sideboard stuff? Just the extra daggers, which we're not going to add. Let's do the null stuff, because they're only like a couple bucks. So we go null, which is kind of important. Go to the deck. I want this glove, so we'll do this, and then we do lantern, which I don't actually know the price of the lantern. It shouldn't be expensive. 33 cents. All right. Stop. And then deck. So we're 1 card short. What do we add a 1 of? I guess we do a death touch. Because I said we'd run 2 maximum. Deck. And hopefully you just hit them off the codexes, or you can block with it for 2. It's kind of sucky, but a nice getting these tokens are super important. The frailty is really good against ninjas. Frailty, we'll just go to the tokens real quick. So frailty, anything from the arsenal, which is like your extra hand slot, but you can't block with it, gets -1 in weapons. So ninjas' weapons are daggers, and daggers only deal 1 at the moment, to my understanding. And then inertia, which I like just as much if they don't use their whole hand. So put all cards in your hand and arsenal at the bottom of your deck. So if they don't use all their hand and they don't use the arsenal, it's gone. And then blood rot, as if they're don't pay this, they take 2 damage. It's kind of the weakest one because it's only 2 damage, and most people just take that. All right, so 8, 10 for this deck here, and then my deck. We have 80 cards. We go to the price, $100. Look at that, we made the budget. $100 on the dot. $100 budget. So we didn't have to get rid of the surgicals, and we didn't have to get rid of the, what is it? I just lost it because I added cards. Leave no witness. I love that. $100 deck. If you wanted to make it $50, let's change this. Budget build. Let's do $100. Where's the dollar sign? $100. I will add the YouTube. Let's add that. And so cards, if we wanted to go cheaper, say we wanted to make this a $50 deck. Let's make a copy of this. Make a personal copy. Make a personal copy of this deck. I'm going to try and make this $50 just for the content. And that way, if people aren't having a lot of bucks, they're all spending on V-Bucks or something, let's make this a $50 build. So the stuff that's costing us the most is the Leave No Witnesses and the surgical extraction. So we need a red 0. Edit. We need a red. We need a power of it. Ooh. Least 4. Pitch 1. And we would love to have a defense 3. Cost 0. Search. So the only thing that hits our parameters is a Fleece the Frail. It sometimes gets there with the -2. I'll probably honestly do Sack the Shifty because a lot of people have Go Again. So contract is base Go Again. So what it means by base is if you're playing a Mechanologist, they don't have base Go Again. They have Boost. They banish the top card of the deck, and then it has Go Again. How much does this cost? And it's 2 cents a card. And if you don't like that, you have a generic action, 0, 4, nothing. But we want the contracts. So honestly, I think this one is the best one. Sack the Shifty. So we'll cut this. And we'll add these 3 in. Cool. Let's see here. Let's go to our price. We're already at $70. And then the next big thing you see here is surgical extraction. That's another $20. That'll get us to the 50. Let's go edit. We want a blue. Let's do it from here. We want a, what was it, 4 power? Yeah, so we want a 4 power blue. That might be hard to get. So clear all these. We want a 4 power. We want a blue. We want a defensive 3, and a power of 4, cost less than or equal to 2. Cool. Search. So we have Brutal Assault, blues. Got, if you wanted the same attack power, now if we got rid of the attack power requirement, no, oops, Control Z that, power 4, toughness. So yeah, if we got rid of that restriction, then we have a little bit more stuff. So we don't, if you don't want to hit for 4, you have more stuff. The next action you play this turn gains +1. Concealed Blade, because we still want an attack. So, sorry. So power. Let's do is less than or equal to 4. So that way we still have attacks. Someone send me a TikTok? Cool, I'll watch that later. So we have a bunch of different stuff we can work with. I think Brutal Assault would be probably the most easy, keep that same power, but we don't have contract card. You could just throw any blue contract card as well. So like if you wanted another Plunder the Rich, or Plunder the Poor, which is probably a decent card to have anyways. You can go with a stealth card, but we're not doing that. Rob the Rich, depending on your style. Stab Wound. If you hit with your dagger and this hits, you get a free power up. Wither. Honestly, Wither isn't that bad. It's a super annoying card for people. I'm probably going to do Brutal Assaults. Well, let's see what else we're working with. If you want to just get them for 1 guaranteed. Nimble, what is this? Banish the reactions. Plunder the Poor is actually not a bad option, like I said, if it gets the hit. So we'll try and keep the contracts. So I'm going to go with, if you wanted the power, I would go with Brutal Assault. I want the contract in my deck. I just realized I might not get the damage off the way I want. So we'll just get the contract. Cool. And now let's see what our pricing is at. Oh, I forgot to take the surgicals out. Well, all right, surgical. So what we have, yeah, 83 cards. We take the surgical out. We still have a blue contract card. Might not hit for 4, but we can always boost it. If you want to be more aggressive, you don't want to have an attack. Let's see what our options are there. So we want an assassin. Actually, we don't even care. We want a blue. We want a blue. Defense 3. Blue defense 3. So I would honestly pick either Concealed Blade, or I want to do this one. Target ninja or assassin card, and when it hits, equip a dagger. Honestly, you could probably just go with Cut to the Chase or Concealed Blade if you want another boost. If you don't want it to be blue, you can just go yellow defense 3. You can add another contract card that has slightly more power, so we can go all out rainbow, annihilate the armed. So you still get that power. But we want the blues as much as possible, just so that we can do a dagger and a 1-cost attack. Alright, so let's see here. There we go, budget $50. We got 16,932, 16,931, because they have more equipment. And an $810 deck went to a $50 deck. Let's see here. Sorry for the bothering you. I want to offer that's spam. Ban this guy. Let's see. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, etc. Yeah, that's spam for sure. Ban that guy. All right. So we got a $50 budget, and we got a $100 bet. And since I'm still streaming, actually, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. So, let's go. Be right back. And there's my socials. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I gotta pee. I don't know if you hear the toilet or whatnot, but I am back. I don't need headphones. Oop, wrong one. Oop. There we go. Rename this. There we go. So I can actually figure out which one I'm supposed to do. Okay. So let's get some games in. They're going to be long games with the $100 budget build. So basically what you do, once you have your deck build, you get to click play on Talishar, and it'll log you in. We'll just make that full screen. I would like to save this deck. Budget deck. I don't know if many people look at that, and you click create a game, and you're basically in the waiting lobby. Let's see if I can change this angle slightly, so that way when I look at chat, I look at you guys slightly. So I can see my own screen. I was thinking, I just play from here probably. Looks a little wonky, but so basically here it says your hero has only 2 hands, but has the lantern attached. And we probably, most times we want that boot so that we can go again. We're trying to go a little bit wider. And then the interface shows you all your cards. You can add cards, subtract cards. Honestly, I don't like the camera there. Let's move it back. Alright. So we don't know what we're up against, so I'm not going to add or subtract any cards. But for my TikTok here. Oops. Alright, well, we got somebody in here. So Rune Blade, what they do is every time they play a non-attack action, they can create a rune chant. What am I doing? What am I doing? So we want to not submit the deck. We want to go to our equipment. We want this, and we want this. I like to keep the boots, so we have at least 2 here. Deck. They have a decent amount of go again, so we'll add that. I like to gain some life. They were saying, why do you go above 60? Because like I said, we want to go to the long game. Those are considered items, so we're going to go Smashing Good Time. And like I said, we're going to go long, so we'll add that. You don't necessarily have to add all this, but I'm testing this, so I'd rather have more cards in than not. So we're going to send a message saying, good luck, have fun. And it looks like they're going to go first. Oh, they're royal. They're royal. Oh. We might get the kill. All right. So at the end of this game, I am going to probably cut the stream and work on getting this out to YouTube. What the hell is this? Once per turn attack, this hero deals, if a hero is dealt damage this turn, any other than, I can't read. If a hero has more health than any other hero, they can't gain life. Alright, so Arcane Barrier. This is the first turn, so we'll all draw up. Total 1 damage. Rune Chant. I would like to pay the 1, and we're going to drop the Surgical because we want to see that later. And then they're coming at us for 3. So we can just block with our... Here, we'll block with Plunger the Portal, because I would like to keep these cards if possible. And we'll click Pass. Go to their reaction step, so they can play an attack reaction in response to what I did. Oh, this is my option for defense reaction. Sorry. So I asked them, saying, hey, do you have attack reaction? They said no, sent it back to me, saying, hey, do you have any defense reactions? And I said no. And cool, now we can do what I want. So we have a blue. So we're going to go, hey, I'm going to attack you with my dagger. So I'm going to pitch this and hit him for 1. And if they were to defend, so I asked them, hey, what are you going to defend with? They said nothing, so I get to choose my reaction. I don't have any attack reactions, so I'll send it back to them. Hey, do you have any defense reactions? They said, I don't want to use any. So now their on hit is, if they block with an attack, it's -1 to defending. And since they have an arsenal, we're going to use Wreak Havoc. And we're going to pitch our armed here. And now can't play defense reactions, and if it's a defense reaction in the arsenal, we'll blow it up. So we'll see what they do. They said they don't want to block with anything, honestly, because all their things they want to keep as much as possible. Boom. Sorry for the car. Okay, they just took it, and now we get to see what their card is. It is that card. It says if you play your next attack action cards this turn, gain, go again. The next one. So what card do I want to see next? So basically, when you pitch them, you can decide what goes at the bottom. I would like to see Burdens of the Past before I see the other one. And we didn't have go again, which lets us go again. We're going to put this into our arsenal to use later. We can't block with it, but we can play with it on our turn. So we have an interesting hand here. So let's see what they do. They said they played Become This. So they're revealing cards to play this specialization. Alright, so let's see here. If you played a card, I didn't see one played. They played something, I don't know. I'm bad for showing off cards that they played. If you played a card, create one or more rune chance, this gains go again. If you played and or created two or more, it gets bonus stuff for doing stuff. So I'm just gonna block for 3 with an eradicate. No, I'll block with the shred, because I'd rather be able to play this later. So I can pitch it to that. The shreds aren't as important as just having attacks out there, so we'll block for 3. And they have go again, so they're going to, let's see his ability. Whenever you play a Rune Blade card, if you had played another non-attack card, this turn create a Rune Chant token. And they disappeared. Alright, well, they did something. Oops. They messed up by passing the turn. Let's go. Let's give them their option back. So I'm going to give them the option to go. So I let them say, hey, said, yeah, not sure how am I to turn, so I'm going to let them do their thing again. So what they did is they played their specialization, and then they're doing their attack again. So we'll just play it out the same way. This is why I like this website. So it lets you go back on stuff where you messed up. So I'm going to pass, because I'm going to block the same way. I like to see what they're doing. I got no other reactions. I really want to hit them with my fucking thing. Alright, so next they're going to play this. If you played things, you get more rune chants. And then rune chants are whenever you see it this. They deal 1 damage to me. Arcane. And the only way to block it is with Arcane Barrier. This costs 1 less for each rune chant you have. I would like to pay the 1 with Eradicate. What do I have here? I will pay the 1. Honestly, I will pay the 1 with Eradicate. I will pay the 1. I will not pay that one. I'll take it. I will take it because I want to block this. So I took 2 from Rune Chance. I will take 0 from here. So since I can get this back if I get silvers, I'm going to block with it here. So I can reduce the amount of damage overall taken. Alright, so now it's the same card. I would like to see them both. Alright, hopefully we have something good on the top of our deck. Alright, but what I get? I got a shred. Cool, I got a ponder token though, so I will draw a card, which was Wreak Havoc, and then now I have all this. So this is the card we want to end the game with, because they're royal, it'll just kill them. So reveal the top X cards of your deck. For each non-attack action, reveal this way into your hand, then deal arcane damage equal to the number of cards put in your hand this way. That's cool. Alright, they revealed a Runeblade action. This is going to deal 1. I will take the 1, because I want to block. Cool. And this again, if you had Rune Chance, it does more stuff. It's only 3, so we'll just block. Honestly, I might just take it so I can play my Wreck Havoc. Probably do Rob the Rich, maybe? I don't know. No, we'll block out. I just don't want to. We'll see. So we have 3 coming at us. I don't want to block with this because it's a good chance to get them killed. I might just take it so I can turn this online. And doesn't have go again, so this will end their turn. I will not block because I want to use my whole hand. So we'll take the 3. So you got to do your give and take here. So now they're playing this. Well, I did have go again. What the fuck? If you played or created more auras this turn, gain go again. So they must have got something. So the next thing they play has go again. If it hits, create 3 more enchantments. So we want to block the next thing that comes out. Activate this, gain this ability if you played in things. Your next attack action card, this non-attack action, and this was for your next Runeblade attack. So both are non-Runeblade actions. Any actions they play that's Runeblade, they get to go again. Amplify the cost, so this costs less for each rune chant. So we are going to play this to reduce the damage of that by 4. Pitching this, and then we can get 2 rune chant blocks. I will pay the 1 because we want to see that later in the game anyways. And I'll pay the 1. Alright, and so we're blocking for this damage from here. And I can block. I won't be able to play any of these cards at the moment, but I would rather play this card. So we're going to block with this for Xaxes. So if he played any pump cards, I know in this deck they don't have that many pumps, if any at all. So we're going to be taking some damage here. I will take the rune chant damage, and then I will block 3 here. So we'll take 1 from this attack. Alright, so that's the downside of this game, is if you're blocking efficiently, you can't do much on your own turn. So we're going to pass the turn. I would love to get this and the shreds together, so depending on what they got going on, I'm going to pitch this to the rune chants. So we're going to go pass, and I'll pay the 1, pass doing the remembrance, pay it again. I'll pay the 1 pitching the codex, and then I'll take the 4 here. So 1, 2, 3, and then, so I want to play that. No, I'll take 3, or I'll take 1. And then the supplementary attacks I'll just have to take. I could have saved this for more rune chant stuff, but that's a give and take I have to do. Let's get him a little warm in here. So he gets to make a rune chant, and he's going to hit with a weapon. I will pay the 1 for the barrier, and I'll take the 3 because I want to attack back. None of these things block for anything, so I'm not going to take it. I'd rather see this before the remembrance. So I'm just going to go here because it threatens their arsenal if it hits to banish it, and we get to see the top card of their deck. I don't want them to see that, so I'm just going to put it at the bottom. That's what sync means. Put it at the bottom, so I'm threatening 4 here. But if they block with just Xaxes, I can get them for a couple more cards. Cool, so they're blocking me for exactly 4. I'm going to play Shred. And I'm going to block, so that's Battle Worn. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to choose this card. And I want to banish an additional card. That's what my mask does. If I destroy it, my attack hits, I banish an extra card. Cool, we only got 1 silver, but we banished their arsenal. And 1 red card off the top, and 1, that's a good card to hit. Cool. So we might not have dealt a lot of damage, but we got... Oh, and you just passed the turn. You made a rune chant and passed. Nice. So I'm going to hit them with Spider's Bite, pitching the Surgical because I want to see it later in the game. And this is incremental effects. Cool. And then we're going to go with a Go Again. So if this hits, we may destroy a thing, an item. Is this considered an item? I think it's a token, but all tokens are considered items. So we're going to go Smashing Good Time. So if my next attack hits, as Smashing Good Time was played from the arsenal, oh well. And then we're going to go block for 2. Do I want to sync this? Yes, I don't want them to see it. And then we're trying to hit non-actions, which, was that a non-action? I know it's not going to show here, but I thought they played it. Banished. Yeah, so I could, that is, it's still an action. So we'll pass. Do they want to block the, oh, nice. I will take their gold and we'll put this in the arsenal. So next time I want to arsenal this. Sir, you have to pay the cost. So I took the gold. Took the gold. So the rune chants are not items, but the gold was. So they tried to play cash in. So instead of pay your cost, you may destroy 4 coppers, 2 silvers, or 1 gold, and then you draw cards. That's what the gold they got was from the crown. And here until end turn, if you would create a rune chant, create that many +1. Undid their last action. So if they get another gold, I can get rid of this. But I'm just probably going to arsenal that so I can get my attacks bigger. Alright, they played a non-attack action, so now they need to do an action. They get another rune chant. I'll probably take the rune chants and block this with the sync. No, with this. I'll take the rune chant, take the rune chant. And where's that other arcane coming from? I don't know, but I'll take it, I guess. So I took 3, but I'm going to pass my normal blocks. Oh, no. Undo. The fuck? So let's see here. Against Go Again. Oops. So, oh, okay, whatever. That's what they'd rather do. So they're just going to do something different, which is fine. I'll still take... So this creates it and then pops it. I think that's where that third one's coming from. I'll still do that because I want to block this. So if this, it just creates it. Alright. So pass this. Then I have a defense reaction. This. Alright. I don't want... I could... This says Go Again? No, it doesn't have Go Again. So I'll just block this. And I would like to see that, so I'm leave it on top. That was my library. So pass. So if his attack had Go Again, I was going to do this one. But, yes, I have 2 silvers, so I can bring my mask back to block with. Cool. They don't have any items, so we'll just go... I'll have a Go Again. So I'll just attack this. Lead the charge next time you play an action card with the cost 2 or greater this turn. Gain an action point. We don't want them to have that because they have 5 cards to play with. Cool. We get them to block out. If I had another attack, I'd do Snapdragons here, but I don't. So we'll just pass the turn. And let's see here. And pass the turn. So we have 3 defense reactions for their hand. And then the rune chants, I will probably just... This play is... Oh. So we're probably going to slowly die to the rune chants. So I'll take that one. I will pay the one with this sync. And we will take this one. And I'm going to pass here. And then we're going to sink this card because I don't want to see it. Okay, I got another Frailty Trap. Interesting. So we have a very defensive hand, unfortunately, for our turn. So I'll just have to pass. Alright, so we got some attacks for next turn. So we got 2 Frailties. I will play this one first. Well, they don't have anything in their arsenal, so the Frailty Traps don't matter that much. It's just blocking with a non-attack versus blocking with an attack. So they undid. They did something. So I'm trying to create that. So this thing can't block anymore. They hardly break with block with this. Oh, they're going to do another cash in. All right. So I probably got this deck against another budget deck because of my title, which is fine. I would rather play against the budget, so next time I can take the budget thing off and see how we do against a competitive deck. But I'd rather do this because this is what you'll see at your local gaming store if you have this. Hopefully somebody with a little bit more less competitive a deck, unless that's what your things are here. Oh, we have 3. So I might pitch this for one of them, depends on how their attack goes. Oh, they undid it, which is fine. Create a rune chant. This ability costs less for each rune chant. So now they have 5, which sucks. So I will pay 1 with the Rob the Rich. And I will pay 1 with the Cut the Chase. And we'll take the other 2. I guess the non-existent one. So we'll pass here. And we'll do here. And here. So we block it out entirely. So yeah, we're going to die to these rune chants just because we don't have a lot of blues in our hand right now. So we got to get a little bit more aggressive. I'd rather see this first. So we'll go this. Yeah, I'd rather have them at that in the late game, not have to deal with it. Or it's easier to deal with than some of the other better cards I might get. So they're going to block out. So they lose these. They didn't really use it anyways. But that's fine. So one less thing from them block. All right, cool. We got a blue, and we got this. So we're going to pass on them creating rune chants. Oh, they're going to end their turn. All right, that's fine with me. So now I can put this in my arsenal. Thank goodness. All right. I'm going to play the Slay the Scholars. Because I want to see what they got. We'll put that at the bottom because I'm not going to get it. Probably they're going to block me out. And hopefully I can just get 2. So if they decide not to block with anything, I'm not going to use my mask because I haven't blocked with it. See, if this was my arsenal, I could do Snapdragons. I can do a lot of things. Next turn, hopefully we draw some new attacks with these defensive things. So we're blocking with that. That's fine. I don't have a reaction to it. It gets them 1 less card. I don't want to play an instant. I'll put this into my arsenal because that's the only way I can play it. I don't think they have any defense reactions, so this is just going to be something for my weapon. So they get a rune chant. So next time, next attack action. Alright. So we're going to just pay the 1, pitching this. Pass, pay 1. Pass, pay 1. And then we'll take the 1 from this. So 4. We will pass on regular blocks. We'll go foreseen. We'll put that on. I don't want to see it right now. We'll do it later. Pass that. Ugh. So that's unfortunate. I will be taking 3 rune champ because I don't have a resource. So I take 3 and I would gain 1 from this. No, so it only costs 1, so I pay here. And then I will play here, blocking the damage from there. And I gained a life, so I'll block 1 with the resources, and the life I gained blocks that one. And I block this entirely. That prevent damage, so I'm still at 20. And I'd rather see that first. So I don't have any resources to play this, unfortunately, so we'll pass back to them. But we do got some decent traps, and we have something to pay for them. Well, not traps, but I have a trap, and I have this to gain a life back. So yeah, like I said, this was going to be a long game, but we get, just curious. Alright, so we're playing this. If you discard an action card, you may discard an action card. If you discard an action card this way, search your deck for 2 Runeblade non-attack action cards, reveal it, put it in your hand. If you discarded a non-attack action card this way, you may search your deck for a Runeblade action card. Alright, cool. I'll let them do their thing. So they might be going to go look it up. So they discarded this, and they went and searched up that. If you have played or created one or more auras, you do that, and they're going to attack me. So +1. If you have one more has go again, so we're going to pitch. We're going to go pass, and then we're going to go like that. So now their weapon hits me for less. How did I get +1? Oh, because I created a token. Lol. Alright, that's fine. So I'll take 1 from it. Because I accidentally gave him a token, which I didn't know was going to buff it. I thought I made it, but it was made on their side of the field, so it buffed it. So I did take 1, which is unfortunate. But I'll get it back when I block with this. Alright. So he's going to make some more enchant. Oh, destroy all rune chants to control. So he's going to make a couple rune chants. Pass. Oh, he's going to. So we're going to play this. Prevent 4 of this. And pay what I can. I'm going to take the 3 here so I can play my darn attack. So I blocked 4 damage of that. I took a bunch of rune chant damage, but I want to be able to play this, so I have to discard this to play it. Just gonna pass. So I already blocked with Oasis. See, did they say how much their deck cost? Nope. And Arcane Barrier. No. I will block 1 damage of it with my helmet. So I'll still take 1. Now I get to swing back for the 6 that we've been waiting for. Nice. And then I'm going to do the Blood Rot just because I need to catch up in damage or inertia. Because they have nothing in their arsenal, so frailty doesn't matter. Their weapon being at 2 would be nice. I could banish a card. But I'd rather not because it's not fulfilling a contract. So I'll just take 6. So they like the cards in their hand. So I want to make them use all of them. Cool, we have a lot of blues for the rune chants. I'll pitch these ones to the rune chants first. So I can block 7. If you played an aura, oh, I get +3. So we'll do this, and I would like to be able to play that. So 6 here. And we'll take 1. So take, that's annoying. Take 3 and I can swing back for 5. We're gonna go risky here. We're gonna take the 3, which I think they're gonna win out. What might have been a mistake, but I want to get a little bit aggressive here. This costs less for each rune chant. That doesn't fulfill my contract either, so I'll put it at the bottom. So I'm trying to get a little bit more aggressive to pull cards out of their hand. But when they're making so many rune chants, it's kind of hard. But I will have a decent chunk of blue still. So I got a lot of my red cards in the graveyard. And I've been pitching my blues for the rune chant, so hopefully we can just keep cycling through that. But I gotta get these dagger hits in and hopefully have an attack left over. I'd love to have a hand where I can do this with my first attack. So they're contemplating what to block with. Let's see, we have a bunch of lurkers in here, which is fine. But it'd be fun to have some interaction. So it looks like they're not going to take anything. I gotta get stuff off the top of their deck. I need to get some cards going. Alright, cool. We got 1 card, which was this one. So there's got 3 coming at me. I would like to play this next turn. I'll probably just play these 2. So I will block with this. So I don't think we'll get to play it because this is much better. If I had another card. Oh, sorry. They're looking for my reactions. I don't got any. Cool. This looks like we have a chance to get a little bit more aggressive. So they have to pay 1 into that. They have 2 rune chants for next turn. I guess they can attack and pop them now. They undid it. They're just choosing which card to pitch. I will have to block this. So I'll take the 1. I don't know where this other rune chant's coming from, but I'll take it. And I will block here. It's unfortunate. That's how I have to do it. Someone messaged me. Sounds good, brother. Let me know. Alright, so, sorry. Somebody was messaging me. I'm trying to buy some of these cards. The more expensive cards for my deck. Alright, so it looks like we're not doing great. We still have... do they not have... Sorry, I gotta go to another screen. They don't have the life gain card. So, what we could have done is Sigil of Solace. So we'll block the 3. So you might want to put in this budget deck, we might put sigils. So we're going to attack here for this is an action. So let's just do 4. I don't want them to see that, so I'll just bottom it. So right now I'm just trying to get as many cards out of their deck as possible. This will just let me see another card. I'm only going to be able to banish 1. Hopefully I can get that other silver to get my armor back. I'm just going to hit them for as hard as I can. 7. Lead the charge. We're going to leave that up there since they're not blocking, so I can get rid of it. We're going to hit them back for 7. Bring them down to closer life. Alright, so we have a sink, and we got a silver back. Cool. Which means we'll be able to get our mask. So reveal. 1 damage. Yes, I'll pay the 1, pitching the blue. So that way, if the next rune chance we get, I can block them that way. And I think I'll just sink whatever other attack and eradicate the other rune chance. 6. Alright, that's annoying. So I think I'll go like this. Since I have more cards, I can just, Arcane Barrier 1. We will block here, pass, sink, No, I want to arsenal that, if anything. Pass. So I still have this rune chant block. Deal 2 damage to any hero. Arcane Barrier 1. I'm taking only 1 from that, but I have 2. So I'll pitch this. And I will just have to take the 1 from the attack. And then I'll have to take the... Oh, they wanted to save that card. And I'd rather see Eradicate next before I get the chance. I would like my mask back, so I can block with it. Cool. Next time you play an action card with 2 or less, this greater this turn, gain action points. So they're going to try and pop off. So pass. So I'm going to have to block with everything. This costs for a rune chant. The next plate. So they're going to try and hit me big. Alright, so I'm going to pitch for the rune chants with this. Pay the 1. I would like to play the remembrance, but I have so many more cards, I should be fine. 6. So we're going to block here, we're going to block here, and we're going to block here. Does not have go again. So I can arsenal this attack. Cool. Huh. Oh, this gave it go again. I do not want to. I'll have to block this attack. It's 2. I'm also either way. I'm going to take a rune chant, so 1 plus that. So I'm better off blocking the attack. 0, 0, and then take 2. No, I can't go to 1. Good game. They still have their weapon. Zero, 0. Yeah, the rune chant's got me. But we do get the stats, so let's hide this real quick. Do you know your deck costs? Making review. Hopefully they give me an answer. But even if they tell me no, that's fine. We'll wait. While we do that, we'll look at the stats because we can still see the comments. Oh, you guys can't see it. But yeah, here they chat. Oh, down here is the chat. So me, I threatened 43 damage. I dealt 131 of it. And they did switch players. They threatened 116 damage, and they dealt 42 of it. So those rune chants made a huge difference because they required cards out of my hand to get rid of. But I managed to block almost half their damage, which wasn't enough. And I threatened only much less. This is, like I said, a very slower deck, but interesting one. So even Runeblade were against, even this was the expensive version, it would be very hard. There's some cases I probably could have pumped this. Like, again, I'm not the best player, but we got something out of there. We're already full screen. Let's go to homepage. Doesn't look like they're going to give me an answer. We'll just go to homepage. Let's see, what time is it? 3 o'clock. We can try one more where the budget deck, join game. I would like to go second. So get rid of that, and now we have our defensive items. Go again for sure. I like to gain life. They don't really have items, so we will leave that. I think 63 should be fine for here. So this is going to be a non-budget deck. Oh, they got the big weapon. We'll give them a good look, have fun. They're just attacking right off the bat. So we'll go here, and we'll go with a shred. And we'll go pass. And a defense reaction. No, we're good. We won't sink any of these. So I'm just going to play this card right off the bat. Actually, we're going to go... I'm going to do Eradicate. Cancel. We're going to go like this. We're going to block. This has no block value, but this is going to be a good turn. We'll pitch this. Down and dirty. We want to hit their yellow cards, and I don't want them to see that anyways. We'll sink that. I'm going for 5, and they're blocking me 9. Even if I add 3, that's only 8, but I have go again. That's fine. So we get a lot of cards out of their hand here. And we have... Wait. I'm supposed to have him go again. From Cracker Jacks. Next attack action card you play this turn gains +1 and go again. Cracker Jacks. Says, oh, oops, misread. Never mind. Alright, so I misread. So they get 5, which is fine. We got a sink. So we'll pass. For some reason I thought this gave my attack a go again. What are we going to sink? I would like to actually sink this to get something else. Oh yeah, we got another sink. We'll block for 5 exactly. Cool. Plunder the Poor. Target weapon gains go again. We don't want to see that. For some reason I get this gave a go again, but the go again was for activation. So they only blocked with 6. I'm going to go over it by 1. Out for blood. So if they don't have a reaction, I'm going to leave that up top. So I'm going to try and steal that card. And I'm going to try and steal another one to get the silver. I could use my Snapdragons the other turn. I do have a sink below. Alright, so we got the sink below out of their hand here. For 10. That's fine. We'll pass. We'll arsenal this. Dominator acts again. For 4 this time. Why is it weaker? Because they didn't buff it? Cool. So we can go with just a sink blow. So we'll pass. And we'll do sink below. And do a shred. Oops, that's undo, sorry. Sink below. Pass. And I wanted to hit this and then do frailty trap. 5. I forgot the card's effect. If it's blocked by non-equipment each turn, halves the base. So they have an arsenal card, so we're going to lead off with this. Leave no witnesses. Remembrance. It's not a red card, and I prefer them to have that later. I'm trying to get stuff. You're blocking with 3, 4. I'm going to give my attack go again. And I'm going to shred. It's battle worn, so it doesn't matter if I shred it. I want tempered. So they're going to have a resource. get a random resource. And we'll just shred that. So I'm going to hit. And they're going to do defense reaction for 6. Cool. So then I can play this. Twinning Blade. I don't want them to see that, so we'll stick it at the bottom. 4/5. That's fine. We're getting their equipment weaker. Alright. 4. This will block for 2. I don't want to take the 4, and it's non-equipment. When this is defended by a non-equipment card, each turn, half the base. 4. So surgical, and I'll take 3 because I would like to undo block, take 4 so I can do surgical plus this. I will take the 4. Cool. So I'm going to play a surgical, pitching a surgical. The next sword, this is a axe. Next sword or dagger attack this turn gains go again. So I don't think they realized. Alright. So I'm just trying to buy these cards. No, they can. I want to get blue cards, so I want to hit that. Okay. PayPal. They're blocking 6. I'm going to go over it by 2, unless they have defense reactions, and we can arsenal this, which they do. It's fine, just less cards for their turn. And they can just have that card. So copy this. Go on my PayPal. Pass the turn. I love when people play cards out of their hand. PayPal this person real quick. Oops. Change where that's being paid out. It's fine. Done. Sorry, I'm trying to buy these cards. They were a decent price compared to TCG. Cool. Sent. So, alright. So sorry. Alright. So now we can go defense reactions. I'm honestly going to go like this, which is funny. And I'm just going to hit them for 6, pitching these 2 cards. Now I'll go my arsenal. So they can't get me with the Staunt or Sinks. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to send them the shipping address. Which I will not say out loud. Oops. Sorry. Pass. I had to tell another person what state my thing was for shipping purposes. Oh, damn it. Well, This one had a better showing anyways. Yeah, that's annoying. Alright, either way. Let's try another one. Homepage. I don't want to play a Runeblade. Alright, well, there's no games at the moment. I can make my own game, someone could join, but I'll just cut the live there. Alright, but I lied. I won't cut the live. We'll do a TikTok thing. So we want to go to Dex, my Dex real quick. We'll go to the $50 build. Alright. TikTok at its finest. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3, cut. I should have done cut, clap, whatever. 1, 2, 3, cut. Alright. You want to play Arachne? Even though it's $810? I got you. I got a $50 budget deck. Alright. $50 build. You can see it here on TCG, $50. We got a very defensive setup here with the Ironhide plate. You got your standard mask. You got the nulls, Snapdragons to go faster, and Crackerjacks to get that +1. You can always go with the Iron Gauntlet. We still have all these standard Arachne things. Annihilated the arms, Death Touch, Cut the Chase, Plunder. We got Shreds, and where are they at? Budget, Command and Conquer. Do I need to say more? Budget, Command and Conquer. Alright, you want to see the whole thing on YouTube? I have that uploaded by the time this is. And you can always do Goliath Gauntlet, which is probably honestly better than this. But $50 build, we also have a $100 budget if you got a little bit more money. Alright, check out the YouTube video. Bye. Yay. YouTube, TikTok. Good stuff. Alright, I'm out of here. I gotta do stuff. Bye.